Shalom, my name is Jesse ben Judah. I am a shepherd, an old shepherd. Life in Jerusalem has not been easy. About 25 years before I was born, the Romans began their occupation of our land and people. I have seen injustice, domination, corruption, year after year. When I was young, Herod the Great lavished his wealth on the Temple of Jerusalem. It became so beautiful. Bet Yehovah for the chosen people. Of course, we only got outside the eastern gate, the Golden Gate, where they had business to do, where the walls were low and the priests could be seen sprinkling the blood of the burnt male lambs, our lambs we raised and sold for sacrifice. Jerusalem is a treacherous place. Thousands upon thousands of pilgrims come to worship for every feast and festival, only to be cheated, exploited, and abused. The whole business of the temple is a rotten mess. The money changers, the Sanhedrin, the high priest, the Romans, they're all there to get what they can get for themselves. I prefer to stay away, far away from the city. I spend my days with the goats and the sheep, with the hills and the stars. These mean so much more to my life. These are what give meaning to me. Perhaps the most glorious event of my life occurred out on the fields one winter night about 35 years ago. The mighty Caesar Augustus had declared a census. Everyone in Judea was ordered to return to their tribal home. Bethlehem, my hometown, was overflowing with so many descendants of the house of David. Every home took in family. The inn was completely full. Even the small stable where we usually put our flock on winter nights was occupied. We had brought our animals to a small low valley to find some warmth from the chilly air. At first, there was a great silence. The wind had stopped. The sky was clear and deep. A small lamb crawled into my arms, and a rush of wind suddenly enveloped us. The stars twinkled as never before. Bright light streaked across the heaven. An incredible, glorious sound of holy voices began to fill the air. We all rose as the flock pressed against us, unsure of what was happening. Our eyes were drawn toward Bethlehem. A single star became brighter and brighter, and its rays seemed to shine directly down on the edge of the town, over the same stable that we had left to make room for the visitors. The singing in the sky grew louder and seemed to surround us with a glorious peace, a joy that I had never experienced before. And as one, my family and flock slowly drew nearer and nearer to the stable. Filled with wonderment and curiosity, we approached. We entered in total silence, mesmerized by the heavenly sounds from above and the wondrous vision before us. A newborn babe wrapped in his mother's veil lay peacefully on the hay of the cattle's manger. His parents smiled and gestured for us to come in. We gathered the flock in close. The animals' bodies warmed the open stable as we knelt and gazed at this most precious infant. Time seemed to stop. I cannot tell you how long we stayed there, transfixed in adoration. I offered him my perfect lamb. The next day we returned to our fields, amazed at what we had seen and felt. Had angels really filled the sky? Did we indeed hear celestial songs of immense beauty and peace? Who was this child, so serene, so perfect, so pure? Often we recall that blessed night, and yet we can never explain or completely understand what we witnessed. Each night a star lingered above the stable for more than a week. One evening a caravan crossed our valley. 3 royal travelers asked if we knew where they could find the newborn king. Could they mean the same babe whose birth we were called to witness as well? We pointed them toward Bethlehem. Soon after this, conditions in Judea turned horribly worse. Herod ordered the brutal Holocaust of all our baby boys. How could such cruelty take place? We never saw the holy infant again. His parents seemed to just disappear. Some say they fled south to Egypt. So here we are more than 30 years later, and we still do not know what became of him. I do know that our land continues to be held by the Romans and is still ruled by the proud and corrupt. Our high priests hunger for control and wealth. Just last spring, during the Passover, they plotted the execution of a charismatic and beloved young rabbi from Nazareth, crucified for his goodness. This man called Jesus only preached of love and peace. He fed the hungry, healed the sick, embraced the poor. And as a lamb he was sacrificed, his altar, the cross. Somehow I feel that if we truly heed what he taught, if we remember his words, if we strive to act as he did, we can be saved. If there is to be any salvation in this world, it can only come through someone like him. O Lamb of God, take away the evil and the sins of the world and grant us peace. Amen and amen. Shalom.